When Humbert was just a 14-year-old teenager, he met Annabelle, the girl who had just moved to his town and stole his heart faster than a double tap on Tinder. The two fell madly in love, that kind of teenage love that feels eternal even if it only lasts a season. But tragically, just a few days later, Annabelle died from a serious illness. Humbert was devastated, and that loss shaped his entire love life. The result, he spent decades without getting involved with anyone. Fast forward to his 50s, Humbert is now a professor, full of wrinkles and memories, trying to write a book in a small French village. He arrives at his uncle's mansion, only to discover the house looks like a set from The Walking Dead. With no roof and no floor, he ends up renting a room at the home of his uncle's friend, Mrs. Hayes, who lived with her teenage daughter, Lolita. At first, Humbert thought the house was a disaster. He was ready to leave, until he saw Lolita for the first time. His heart went straight into flashback mode. He thought he had found his lost love again, just in teenage form. From then on, he decided to stay. And guess what? Lolita also started feeling attracted to him. Apparently, the two had strong chemistry. One night, while Humbert was writing in his diary, Lolita walked in and, out of nowhere, sat on his lap. Before anything else happened, her mother called and she ran off. Humbert, of course, wrote down every detail in his diary, like it was his secret blog. Days later, her mother planned to send Lolita to boarding school. But before leaving, the girl hugged and kissed Humbert goodbye, almost like a scene cut from Romeo and Juliet, only way more awkward. Right after, Hayes handed Humbert a letter, confessing her love and proposing marriage. If he refused, he'd have to leave the house. Humbert was shocked, but he accepted, not out of love, but because he didn't want to lose sight of Lolita. They got married, but he never touched Hayes. He just drugged her with sleeping pills. Life went on like this until Hayes discovered his diary. Furious, she planned to divorce him. But before she could act, she died in an accident, which Humbert interpreted as problem solved by the universe. Using the excuse that her mother was ill, Humbert picked up Lolita from summer camp and took her on a road trip. They stayed at a hotel where she met writer Claire Quilty and was instantly fascinated by him. The next morning, Lolita herself took the initiative and kissed Humbert. From then on, their relationship turned into a very unconventional road trip. Later, when she learned her mother had died, she cried but eventually adjusted while traveling and having fun with Humbert.
Things seemed stable until Humbert grew paranoid. He thought Lolita was cheating on him with some boy. Jealousy, fights, reconciliations, basically a weird sitcom, only without the laugh track. After several trips and suspicions, a mysterious car started following them. Humbert asked Lolita to write down the license plate, but she stuck chewing gum on the paper instead. Result, number gone, Humbert slapped her. If it were me, I'd never have raised my hand. At most, I'd have confiscated the gum for life. Eventually, Lolita got sick and was hospitalized. The next day, she mysteriously disappeared. They said her uncle had picked her up, but nobody knew for sure who it was. Humbert suspected it was Claire Quilty. 3 years went by with no news until one day Humbert received a letter from Lolita, now married, pregnant, and asking for money. He went to see her and found her living with her husband, who clearly wasn't Quilty. She was pregnant, tired, and admitted that Quilty had tried to get her to make an adult film, but she ran away from him. Humbert, filled with rage, went after Quilty and killed him. Afterward, he turned himself into the police, died in prison from illness, and Lolita died giving birth, an ending as tragic as it was traumatic. In the movie, actor Jeremy Irons, who played Humbert, said in interviews that it was one of the most challenging roles of his career. What struck me the most is how Humbert constantly romanticized his own choices. If it were me, I would have dropped the diary pen the second things got messy. Now I leave you with the question. If you've seen the film, do you think it delivers the same emotional and psychological impact as the book? I'd really love to know your opinion. Before you head out, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so I can keep bringing you more content and stay motivated. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Just click and I'll be waiting there.